Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my kitchen. Tonight, I'm going to prepare a simple little dinner for myself, me. A while back, I put together a video and called it Dinner for One. You wouldn't believe how many people commented on that by saying what I put together was like feeding 4 people. So, okay. But tonight, it's definitely dinner for one. I'm going to show you quick and easy of how I put together one of my kind of little favorite dinners when I'm out and about all day and I've come home and it's like just see what you've got in the cupboard, you know, and drag it out and make something, and that's kind of what I'm going to do tonight. So the first thing I'm going to start with is my little electric skillet. That is for one, my little electric skillet. And I'm going to put in some hamburger. Today I went to the store to get a couple of things I was out of, and gosh, I can't still believe the cost of what meat is right now. It's pretty high. But I did get this little tiny one here and paid a fortune for it, but I did get it. So this is some nice ground beef, and this one is, it says on here, 1 pound. It's 1 pound, and it's 85% lean, 15% fat. I don't like to buy the hamburger with all the fat in it. I just prefer the lean meat. So I'm going to put in the hamburger first and get it started. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And while it's cooking, I'm going to add a few little of the garden onions. I won't need very many. I've washed everything with these little garden onions. Like I said, I had to get out and about today. I've had kind of a stressful week. Yes, I have. Everybody says, oh my gosh, Diane, you're always smiling all the time. You know, life's great for you. It's not every once in a while. It really isn't. I have my bad days like anybody else. I have days that I fall apart about things or just stress over something. And this week was kind of that. I had to fix my irrigation. Roto-Rooter had come down the street and blown out the lines for all of us on this side of the street, that we just weren't getting the water pressure or the water. But my house stops at the end of the block. My house stops with the irrigation on the last one. And it caused a real problem on my end because it just made total mud. So had to get neighbor to kind of help me and figure out what we're going to do about the line. And he went down in this hole that isn't really that large, but thank goodness he's a smaller man. He doesn't weigh very much. He says he weighs 160. Anyway, he went down in there a couple times to get all the mud kind of out of there and help me along. And hopefully I kind of have it up and running just a little bit better. But today, while I was out just getting a couple of things that I needed, I live in what I call a mini city. It's not great big Denver, Colorado, but it is kind of a mini city to me. It's got every kind of store you can think of, every restaurant, every gasoline station, everything. But on those particular corners, most of the time when I'm out and about, that I'm seeing the homeless. And years ago, I didn't think much about it. Once in a while, I would, you know, give them, I don't know, $1, a couple dollars, or $5 or whatever. But today, something just kind of hit me. And I had to stop a minute. I was at a stoplight. And I had to stop a minute and think, how in the world did they get in that situation? Well, it wasn't hard to figure out because, and it isn't today in today's society or anything. How do you get from owning your own home, driving your own car, having a job, to standing out on a street corner with a little cardboard box piece of board saying anything will help. Well, for a lot of us, we don't even think about it because we're so busy in our days, and we have, you know, our needs met. But for those that are standing out there, anyway, this one today is a man I've seen before out on the street, but he's in a wheelchair. He has a big beard because, no, he can't shave. His hair is long, and it's gray. And most of the time, he wears a white t-shirt. And every time I pass this particular corner, where he seems to be all the time, it kind of just, every time I look at him, I think, you're older than I am. You're out here in all kinds of weather. Today, what I really noticed was how sunburned his face was because of our hot temperatures that we have down here. And so, as I'm still stopped at the stoplight, on the driver's side, I rolled down the passenger side of the window. And it brought his attention, of course. He looked at me. And I went just like this. Okay. He wheels over very slowly in his wheelchair. Now, normally I don't carry a bunch of cash in my purse, in my wallet or anything, but in my car, I have a little bag of, yes, yard sale money. Everything from quarters, nickels, dimes, pennies, just some dollar bills in there. And today, I happen to have a little sack in the car. I'm going to cut one tomato now. And I got that little sack out as he was still continuing to make his way over to my vehicle. And I grabbed hold of the little sack that I had. It was just a little baggy sack, a Ziploc bag. And yes, I could have only taken out the dollar bills that I saw. I only had probably, I don't know, 4, I think, in there of the dollar bills. The rest was change. And I looked one more time, making sure that, you know, the light was still red. Okay, it was. Lots of cars going back and forth. He's almost to my vehicle now. And so my heart, my instinct was, I'm not going to give him just the $4 bills. I dumped every bit of that change in the little bag, plus the $4. I might have had $10 in change. Could very well easily had $10 in change. And I decided, you're going to take it all. Whatever I have with me, you need it worse than I do. A yard sale's a yard sale. I can always go to yard sales. But this could mean his dinner. My children often say, oh, Mom, don't stop doing that. You know, they just take it for, you know, drugs, alcohol. Okay, maybe he will. But if I'm the only person that gave him money today, then that makes me kind of feel good. So he came over to the car, my vehicle, which is a truck. And I didn't quite know how he was going to do it being in a wheelchair. I leaned over as far as I could with the truck, almost straddling the console in the middle, just to get him the bag of money. He grabbed hold of it. I said, this is all I have, but I hope it helps you. Tears rolled down his face. All he kept saying was, God bless you and thank you, ma'am. God bless you and thank you, ma'am. Now, I got to tell you, when the light turned green, I felt I was the better person. I could have taken that and done a lot of things with it today, and have over the years. I don't need all of that. In fact, there really isn't anything in my life that I truly need money-wise that I couldn't help the homeless. And so I did. So if I have any wise thing to say to anybody out there today is, you know, do not judge someone because they're out on the street corner holding up a sign. That sign could very well be me one day. A lot of people don't know this, but I have been homeless twice in my life. And it's not a good feeling. Wasn't to the point where I was out there holding up the sign, but close. And so today I felt good. I did my deed, as they say, but it was more than that for me. It really was. I have a better feeling about myself inside than I did for someone else. And anytime I see the homeless out there, I will continue to do that. Okay, so with that being said, like I said, I have my good days, I have my bad days. Today was a good day for me that I felt I really did help someone else out there in the great big wide world out there. Tonight when I come home for my simple little dinner for one, so what I've done is I have ground some meat. I have put some onion in there. It's pretty well done in my little skillet for one over here. I've chopped up some tomatoes. Now I'm going to take the head of lettuce. I'm not going to use all of it though. I'm just going to take a little bit. And I'm going to slice it like this, just a little bit down here. It's real thin slices, real thin. I'm not going to go ahead and chop it up the other way. I just kind of like the long strands. You can certainly buy them that way now. It's great to have shredded lettuce. I kind of like that. I really do. But if you just kind of work with it, you're going to get it that way yourself. I washed my lettuce very well. There's my lettuce. Okay. Get all that in there. Okay, I wonder if any of you are guessing what it is already. It's pretty simple and easy. It really is. Pretty simple and easy. Now I have some Colby Jack cheese, and you can buy different kinds of mixed cheese. This one is the Colby and Monterey Jack cheese. Go ahead and put that in a bowl. Go ahead and put that in a bowl. So you can see the two different colors of the cheese, which is kind of nice. It's kind of nice. I'll go ahead and unplug this because my meat is done. I have taken some refried beans, just a can, doesn't matter what brand, just a can of, this one's just traditional refried beans. If you like the kind that has jalapenos and all that in it, okay, that's great. I don't care for all the hot stuff. And this is a mild dinner with me tonight because I don't eat a lot of real heavy, spicy foods. I love them to death, don't get me wrong. They just don't agree with me. Haven't over the years. Okay, and there's the refried beans. So, have you guessed it yet? Have you? We have tomatoes, and we have lettuce, and we have cheese and refried beans. No, I'm not making my smothered burrito. Already showed you that. But I am going to make a simple taco. Everybody makes it different. I'm trying for the life of me right now to remember my oldest son, what he puts in his. It's a crazy little thing that he adds to his that I have never added to tacos before. I'll think of it maybe here in a minute. I don't know. Any type of, any brand, you know, this one's El Paso, old El Paso of the tacos. And normally what I like to do is I will take these and put them in the microwave and because they'll do like this. They're hard and they will come open. I will take it over to the microwave and I will heat this just a little bit so it's nice and tender. Now, because it's just me, you notice that I didn't add any seasoning into my meat, which I don't like to do. I really don't. I have some Pace Picante sauce and it is mild. I do have my little things of, I can get them open here. If I can get them open. The little sliced black olives, which I kind of like on mine. We'll put some meat. And I do have some sour cream. That always makes a taco really nice, doesn't it? But because I don't put in, I gotta stir up that sour cream because of the water content after it sits a few days in the refrigerator. Because I don't put a lot of seasonings in my meat, this will pretty well take care of it. This and some ketchup, it really will. So I think I will grab a knife real quick. I'll be right back. More than just a knife. Grab some ketchup too, because I like that on mine too. You may not on your tacos. I said everybody does different on their tacos. So what I like to do with my taco, it's pretty much like my smothered burrito, and it really is good. It really is. So you take the refried beans, and I just kind of start coating all of the taco with the refried beans. And why do I do that? Because it makes everything stick in there really nice. It really does. Then I add the meat. I pack that down just a little bit. Then I'll add some of this sauce, the paste picante. Doesn't take a whole lot. I said if you like the hotter sauce or one with a jalapeno pepper or whatever, that's great. I just don't care for all of that. Then I'll start layering like you would anything, you know, to put the tomatoes in there. Put some of the lettuce. Nice lettuce in here. Doesn't matter if it falls all apart because it's going to anyway. It's going to anyway. Add the cheese. Add the sour cream. Oh, that sour cream's always nice. And add my little olives all the way around. Little olives all the way around. You can add a few more of the tomatoes to give it color up here. However much you can get on this to put in your mouth is the main thing. And that, friends and family, if I can set it up here just a little bit, is my simple little taco dinner for one. Now, yes, I have quite a bit here that I can now put away in plastic containers, and I can have this for lunch tomorrow or dinner tomorrow night or whatever. But this is my simple little dinner tonight that I hope you've enjoyed watching with me. And don't be afraid to go out of your perimeter of your house. And if you do see a homeless person, give something of yourself. One time when it was really cold, I remember pulling into McDonald's, and my husband and I, and there was a man, and it was cold. It was really cold, and he was same thing, standing out there with a little tiny sign. And I went in and I got a cup of coffee. That's pretty much all we were getting was coffee to go. And I got the coffee, and I gave him a great big large cup of coffee, and he thanked me tenderly for that. So today I help somebody in need, whether he's still out there, whether he's out there tomorrow still panhandling, as people say, it doesn't matter. Today he has enough money to go get him a taco right around the corner from where he was sitting, or whatever he wants, and that makes me feel good. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my little dinner for one, that I feel good tonight that I can sit here and eat this taco, that I helped somebody today, and I think that's what it's all about. From my kitchen to yours, this is Cooking with Carol Diane. I'll catch you next time when I don't know what I'm going to cook in my kitchen. Bye-bye now.